Good evening and welcome inside the Lockhart Arena on the campus of Utah Valley University for tonight's volleyball matchup between Grand Canyon and UVU, a pivotal matchup. Both teams still vying for that second seed in the upcoming conference tournament. I'm Matt Biamante. I'm joined by Wolverine Great, and Great might be putting it mildly here, but the leader in kills all time here at the school, Kaylee Doxey. Glad to be with you tonight, Kaylee, and boy, do we have an interesting match tonight.
Yes, we do, and thank you for having me. A match like this between two really competitive teams is going to be exciting. They're both fighting for second place, and we have senior night tonight.
I'm glad you're bringing that up. Senior night and this Wolverine program honoring two seniors that have been absolutely instrumental in the success of this program this season and throughout their career. And we'll start things off with the libero, the outstanding libero, Saren Jardine, who in her last match became a all-time leader for the Wolverines in career digs. Just an outstanding achievement for Saren Jardine, a senior out of Orem, Utah, a 4-year starter. She's been an all-conference player multiple times throughout her career, and what she's meant defensively for Coach Atoa and this program, it really can't be stated in a broadcast, Kaylee, what she's meant to this program.
Right. You said she's a four-year starter. She's in the top 10 in WAC history for career digs. And you just said she just broke the all-time UVU record for digs, which is a huge accomplishment for her. And I'll add, she's in nursing school right now as well, so she's kind of doing it all.
You see her there with her husband. That's Jason Funk Stratton, which we'll get to in just a moment. To kind of put a cap on Saren Jardine, we'll talk about her throughout the broadcast. 1,759 digs in her career. That's best all-time at the school. Recently passed McKenna Tate, who broke the record previously held by Elise Jones back in 2014. And Jardine is in an elite group. There's only 5 Wolverines who are in that 1,000 dig club here at Utah Valley University. An amazing accomplishment. And there you see on the screen the other senior, Jason Funk Stratton, did not start her career here at Utah Valley. Started that at Utah State, transferred in, and boy, has she had an outstanding senior season. She set a career high in assists back in that instrumental 5-set victory against New Mexico State earlier in the year. And what she's been able to do during her 3 years here has been really impressive.
Yeah, she's only been here for 3 years, but she's only the 7th player in UVU history to have over 1,000 assists as a setter. She's also coming close with a serving record. She only needs 2 more aces to be a top 10 player, top 10 server in UVU aces. So without having 4 years here, playing 3 years, she has contributed a ton in these 3 years.
And a little incentive for Jason Funk Stratton is she's at 67 career service aces at Utah Valley University. As you mentioned, she needs 2 to move into the top 10. If she does get 2, she would tie Saren Jardine. So 2 matches each for those players. They got to jockey for position on that top 10 list and all-time aces here at the university. So, and now you see Saren Jardine, who we talked about first. I love what you said about her being in nursing school. Just incredible that she's been able to maintain that focus in nursing school. We haven't talked about this yet, but it's, you have to. This is a pandemic. So finding ways to play while going to that school and then doing what she's done here is outstanding. And there's a lot of work yet to be done because the Wolverines have an opportunity if they win tonight or tomorrow, either one. They'll lock up that second seed. The conference tournament's been moved here, so back-to-back seasons having the WAC conference tournament in the Lockhart Arena, and the Wolverines have already beaten top-seeded New Mexico State. Really good opportunity for Jardine and Jason Funk Stratton and this program to get their first conference tournament championship.
Yeah, I think we talk about records and record setting a lot and how people are kind of climbing the ladder of holding school records. But I can guarantee any one of these girls would rather win a WAC championship and go to the NCAA than have any of these records. I know, like you've said, I have the record for kills, but we never went to the NCAA tournament, and that's something I always wish we had the opportunity to do. So Records are great, but as a team, I feel like these seniors especially would rather take their team to an NCAA tournament or win the WAC or do other things than kind of have their name in lights.
And there's a great opportunity this season. The Wolverines have won 7 of their last 8 matches. They need 1 match victory over Grand Canyon to lock up that 2nd seed, and then the tournament's at home. And this team is playing very well. You've got Kasna Tanavasa, who we'll talk about more throughout the broadcast, who's getting healthy and is a potent offensive weapon. You've got defense. You've got great serving. This is a really solid Wolverine team that has a great opportunity to win that first conference championship. We'll take a break here on the WAC Digital Network. We'll be back with the starting lineup after this.
I know we all want this COVID thing to end, and it will. The restrictions in place now won't last forever. Smart people are figuring out how to get vaccines to everyone, but it will take a little longer. Until then, we need to recommit and finish strong. COVID won't stop spreading on its own. We have to stop spreading it. Meet with friends outside, social distance, and most of all, wear a mask. We're all in. Are you?
Some people see just another local Utah sports app. Oh, wait, what? A local Utah sports app? Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love, the latest news, insider analysis, podcasts from the pros, and so much more, free. Available right now, anywhere you are. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast. Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
You'll receive an instant pre-approval before you start shopping.
Your completed mortgage file will be underwritten by UCCU's very own in-house professionals.
Like us.
Seriously fast.
Buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
We love the new apartment.
The natural light is amazing.
Hardwood floors.
There is a bit of a clogging problem.
At least Geico makes it easy to bundle our renters and car insurance.
Yeah, helping us save even more.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is the premier award-winning student property in Orem. With renovations of nearly $5 million, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or remote, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized, so safety and support is the top priority. Lease now and get half off your November rent. Wolverine Crossing, this is home.
The road to WAC Vegas runs through WACSports.com. Get all the content you want, all in one place. If you follow one team or all of them, with live broadcasts exclusively on the ESPN family of networks. And behind-the-scenes access on WAC social media. Don't miss the key plays. For insights from the coaches and players, the 2021 Hercules Tires WAC Basketball Tournament, March 10th through the 13th at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas.
Welcome back in to the Lockhart Arena here on the campus of UVU. And thanks for watching on the WAC Digital Network. Let's get to those starting lineups. We'll start with the home team, the Wolverines, on senior night, wearing their black uniforms. At outside hitter, number 2, Tori Dorius. At libero, the senior from Orem, Utah, number 6, Saren Jardine. On the outside, number 9, Kasna Tanavasa. At the middle blocker, a junior, number 11, Sadie Hampson. At the setter position, the second senior on the roster, number 13, Jasa Funk Stratton. At outside hitter, a junior, number 16, Kristen Bell. And also on the outside, number 17, Kendra Knock. The Wolverines are led by Coach Sam Atoa in his 22nd season. And now for the visiting Grand Canyon Lopes, they'll be wearing white with black shorts. At setter, number 2, Claire Mitchell. On the outside, number 5, Ashley Lifgren. At libero, number 10, KJ Adams. On the outside, a freshman, number 12, Georgia Turi. Also on the outside, number 13, Sarah Haggie. Inside, at middle blocker, number 14, Hannah Eskies. And also in the middle, number 16, Kyra Moss. The Lopes are led by Tim Nolan in his 5th season. And for Grand Canyon, Kaylee, who's a player that the fans at home should keep an eye on throughout this match?
I think most notable is setter Claire Mitchell. She's leading the WAC right now in assists per set with 11.7. And
5 in 4 categories nationally. You've talked about Claire. They're really good at the net. They serve well. And we've got a really impressive battle defensively between the 2 senior liberos. Kristen Bell hits it over for the Wolverines, and there is a dig from Hannah Eskies. Now the Wolverines will try. Jasa setters dump, and it's Jasa Funk Stratton, the senior, gets the Wolverines on the board first.
So smart to set that up right away as a threat. She's been playing front row more often. They're running a 5-1 instead of a 6-2, so having her front row allows her to have that as an option.
Serving is Jasa Funk Stratton, nearly a service ace. She's looking to climb the record books to get into the top 10 in that category. Kendra Knock now. Claire Mitchell passing. Haggie gets it over for Grand Canyon. Jasa to Kendra Knock. She pushes it over. KJ Adams setting it for Lifgren. Jasa all the way over to Kristen Bell. She'll get it over. Mitchell setting it up down the middle to Kyra Moss, and it's Moss who gets the Lopes on the board.
It looks like they're trying to set up, the Wolverines are trying to set up an offense, but they don't seem to be quite connecting like they normally do.
Back to serve, number 6 in for the first time, a freshman at Waipu'u, Hawaii, Mia Goulart. Goulart serving for Grand Canyon. Tanavasa, nice to see her back. Last time Wolverines were here against New Mexico State, Tanavasa was unable to go. She's back in the lineup, and we'll see a substitution now for the Wolverines. Number 14, Brighton Bishop. She is 3rd right now in the Western Athletic Conference in aces per set.
Yeah, she's a freshman, a true freshman. She just got out of high school, and she's come in and had a really good defensive presence and a really good serving presence for the Wolverines.
Bishop, a freshman out of Pleasant Grove, Utah. Grand Canyon did score the point. And Bishop, it'll be interesting to see how her career unfolds, as she kind of played all over the place at Pleasant Grove High School.
She did. She played front row. She obviously played back row. She's got a really strong hitting arm. In high school, I think it worked well. In college, she may be undersized, but I always tell my players, if they can jump high and swing hard, there's always a chance.
Grand Canyon scores, and back to serve will be Ashley Lifgren, a freshman from Peoria, Arizona, out of Centennial High School. Jardine, what effort to keep that in play. Mitchell. A Wolverine block is going to result in a side out. Tori Dorius, Kendra Knock in on the action for Utah Valley. Sadie Hampson comes in, and Saren Jardine will serve. Trying to fend off Jasa Funk Stratton. They have 2 matches left here in the regular season as seniors for the Wolverine and program. And Jardine, we talked about this in the open, Kaylee. Her and Jasa had an opportunity with the pandemic to come back next year, but they appear to be moving on to other things. And Jardine in nursing school.
Right. I'm actually not sure what Jasa's plans are, but I do know that Jardine will not be coming back. She is in nursing school right now. They start clinicals even next week. She's going to balance practice and playing, but she's making it work, but she will not be coming back in the fall.
Off the green pipe. Oh, a great diving play from Lifgren of Grand Canyon. Dorius denied at the net. Now they'll try Tanavasa. Was it deflected? The point goes to Utah Valley.
Minor touch on that block. That's all you need, though.
It's nice to see Tanavasa back in the lineup here in the Lockhart Arena. Earlier in the year, she passed Lauren Bacher for 4th all-time in kills. Long way to go to catch up to you, but certainly capable is Kazna Tanavasa. She's been an all-conference player her first 2 years in the Western Athletic Conference. GCU gets the point, and in substitution now will be number 13, Sarah Haggie, a senior from Northridge, California. Serving will be Claire Mitchell, just an outstanding setter for Grand Canyon. She's 7th in the country in assists per set. A pancake from Brighton Bishop there, and Tanavasa hits it over. Mitchell setting it up for Haggie, and Haggie gets no. It'll go to Utah Valley.
And like you were talking about with Mitchell being just an awesome setter, being 7th in the nation for assists per set, but if you watch her, she sets really gracefully. Her body works well. We talked about this earlier. You mentioned she was a dancer. You could tell she has great body control.
That's putting it mildly, probably, Kaylee. She could have been a professional ballet dancer, spent some time in New York dancing, and ultimately decided to play volleyball, certainly to the joy of Coach Tim Nolan.
Right.
She was great in 2019 as a freshman. Only her sophomore season here. She'll be a household name in the Western Athletic Conference for years to come.
Certainly.
Tanavasa on the serve. Mitchell sets it for Murillo. Wolverine block was out of play, so it's a point to Grand Canyon. Tied at 6.
And Mitchell will be heading Murillo's way quite a bit. Murillo is first in the WAC in kills per set, and there's a reason. They look like they connect really well.
Huge swing there. Mitchell with the dig. And that attempt from Georgia Turi, a freshman out of Italy, is too long, giving it back to the Wolverines. Sadie Hampson will serve for Utah Valley. Hampson and Kendra Knock defensively are really, really outstanding for Utah Valley. They're 2nd and 3rd in the conference in blocks per set. She's a capable server as well, as we're tied at 7, side out Grand Canyon. Serving will be Hannah Eskeys, a middle blocker out of Oceanside, California. Good effort there by Grand Canyon, but it will go to Utah Valley. Jason Funk Stratton comes back in. She'll serve for the Wolverines. Nearly an overpass. Mitchell pops it up to keep it in play. Can Grand Canyon recover here? Tanavasa passing to Jasa. Down the middle to Kendra. Knock! And Kendra with the side out as it shoots off the arms of KJ Adams.
That's one of the first good swings she has had, and good connection with Jasa. It seems like they've been trying to get her going, but it's been mainly tips from her. So it's good to see her finally connect and get a kill off a swing.
Serving again, Jasa Funk Stratton, senior out of Alpine, Utah. Slide attempt for Grand Canyon. Jasa pops it up to Jardine, now over to Kristen Bell. Deflected by Grand Canyon. Mitchell sets it up, and Jardine unable to keep that in play. The kill is courtesy of Georgia Turi of Grand Canyon. Cuts the lead to 1. Substitution now will be number 6, Mia Goulart, freshman out of Hawaii. Tanavasa to Jason now. Tori Dorius, a hard swing and an easy side out for Utah Valley.
That was a great quick pass from Tanavasu and a quick set outside. It didn't look like the blockers had enough time to set up on her.
Tori Dorius gets her second kill for the Wolverines, and Dorius is a really nice player for Utah Valley. She was the Max Preps Player of the Year her senior year for basketball. Chose volleyball, and Coach Ito's got to be happy with that decision.
Yeah. Oh, just out.
Nearly a block by Dorius, but it goes to Grand Canyon.
Those blocks that just go straight down are like fuel to your fire as far as momentum. Too bad it just goes out.
Ashley Lifgren on the serve. Tanavasa up high. It's deflected at the net. Jason will go back to Kasna.
Oh.
And the block just squeezes on the inside of that sideline. It goes to Grand Canyon.
I think Funk Stratton's done a good job of spreading the ball around, but any team that has Tanavasu up front will be keying on her.
Jace's pass off the mark, and it goes to Grand Canyon. They take the lead here, 11-10. Serving is Lifgren again. Jasa back to Dorius, but it is blocked at the net by Grand Canyon. Jenny Murillo, Kyra Moss in on the action. Largest lead now for Grand Canyon here in set number 1. Lifgren still on the service line. And Jasa Funk Stratton dials up Kendra Knock for the side out. Third kill for Kendra Knock to lead the Wolverines here in set number 1.
Yeah, right now she's their best offensive producer for the Wolverines.
Jardine serving, looking for her 70th career ace. Murillo gets the deflection, and it's a point to Grand Canyon. Serving will be the senior libero, number 10, KJ Adams. Adams leads the conference in digs per set. Tanavasa gets the side out for the Wolverines.
That was a smart direction for Tanavasa. If you look at the height difference between Mitchell and Eskies, I would be swinging Mitchell's way as well.
Significant height difference there. Mitchell at 5'7", Eskies 6'2". Eskies and Moss, the tallest players for the Lopes.
Eskies also being the best blocker in the WAC.
Yeah, great point. Tanavasa over the block, diving in. Great effort by Goulart to keep that in play for Grand Canyon. Kasna will hit it hard again, and Goulart can't get there the second time, and it's Kasna Tanavasa with her third kill and a Wolverine side out. Abby Miller will serve, another freshman out of Pleasant Grove High School. Just up the road here from Utah Valley University. Miller tries to dive in to make the play, but it's a side out for Grand Canyon, courtesy of Hannah Eskies. Back to serve, Claire Mitchell out of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. It's a service error by Mitchell. Great play there by Tanavasa to let that one sail out of play, and it's back to the Wolverines. Kasna serving, and back-to-back service errors. And it's Tanavasa who gives Grand Canyon the lead at our first break during the broadcast here from Orem, Utah. It's the Lopes on top by 1. Back after this.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast. Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
You'll receive an instant pre-approval before you start shopping.
Your completed mortgage file will be underwritten by UCCU's very own in-house professionals.
Like us.
Seriously fast.
Buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. Free. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
Grand Canyon's on top here in the Lockhart Arena in set number 1. No one's really created any separation here in the first set, so it'll be really interesting to see who can execute when it matters most here in the first set.
Right, it's been back and forth the whole time. Not one team has really gone on a run. I'd like to see a server get back and score some points in a row, but that also means that the defense needs to be doing their job, and it seems like it's just a battle right now.
Grand Canyon hitting .333 offensively, but we are tied at 15. Mitchell down the middle to Eskies. Downs to Miller. And down the middle, Kendra Knock. Kind of surprised that resulted in a point, but the Wolverines will take it.
I think she hit that on the way down, and I think Eskies was on her way down on the block as well.
Timing favors Wolverines there as they take the lead. Hampson serving again. Adams to Mitchell. Back to Haggie. And it's Sarah Haggie with the kill inside out for Grand Canyon.
They're having some really good success on the right side, whether it's the slide from the middle or just the right side hitter. They're having a hard time blocking and playing defense in that angle.
Wolverines with only one block. Lopes out hitting the Wolverines here in set number 1. Eskies pops it up. There's the pass from Turi. Good opportunity now for the Wolverines. Miller will set it up for Kristen Bell. Off the shoulder of Hannah Eskies, and it's a side out.
And over the block. She's got a great reach.
I'll tell you what, Kaylee, it's been nice to have Kristen Bell back and healthy for this Wolverine roster. Saw a little bit of time back in 2019, but ended up being a redshirt season. She's rounded back into form we saw in her freshman year. And when you got that offensive firepower with Kristen Bell, Tori Dorius, and of course Kazan Tanavasa, it's a dangerous offensive team.
Right.
Tanavasa with a handling error. The point goes back to Grand Canyon. And that'll be an interesting thing to watch, is how Kazna handles those type of moments throughout the match. The serve, we've seen it all season long. Opponents love to serve to Kazna to try to get the Wolverines out of rhythm.
Well, she might be a good passer, but teams may serve their best offensive threat just to make her tired.
Good point.
So now she has to focus on passing and hitting, and she hasn't been playing all the way around. She's been coming out in the back row, and tonight it looks like she's playing back row. So you're right. I'm wondering how she's going to respond, if she's going to get tired, if she can stay in and be aggressive, all of that.
The slide to Kyra Moss, and a nice set from Claire Mitchell, and we're tied at 18. Just no separation here in set number 1. Largest run of the set was a 3-0 run midway through by Grand Canyon. Tight first set here in Orem, Utah. Jason down the middle. Kendra Knock, that's worked before, but not this time, as the Lopes get the block at the net. Kyra Moss in on the action.
And that's frustrating. You have a near perfect pass and can't convert on the offense. It's frustrating.
Lifgren serving. They'll try Tanavasa. Deflected at the net. Claire setting it back for Moss. Back-to-back points from Mitchell to Moss. Grand Canyon goes up by 2, and Coach Atoa is going to want to talk things over with the Lopes tying their largest lead here in set number 1. Can the Wolverines recover? We'll find out next.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is a premier award-winning student property in Orem. With nearly $5 million in renovations, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or online, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized, keeping you safe and secure. Lease right now and get $200 off your first month's rent. Wolverine Crossing, this is home.
Ashley Lifgren serving. Nearly a service ace. Danavasa dives in, and Tori Dorius hits it too far. And it's a 4-0 Grand Canyon run as the Wolverines' side-out percentage dips below 70%. And this is a critical juncture in the first set. Nice set and kill from Tanavasa, courtesy of Jason Funk Stratton, to get it back to the Wolverines.
That was a much-needed kill from Kasna. They keep serving her, and she's struggling a little bit. So I think it probably feels really good to get that kill under her belt. Side out for the Wolverines.
Mitchell on the slide. Moss, Jace is there on the dig. Bishop over to Tanavasa to bring him within one. They'll try Murillo, and Murillo misfires. Wolverines cut the deficit to 1. Jardine serving. Service ace would be nice right about now. Her 70th of her career if she can get it. Mitchell back to Moss on the slide, but the Wolverine block. Tanavasa and Hampson tied at 21.
Great stop on the slide. We talked about how the slide and the right side just keep pounding away. What a much needed block over there.
And the Wolverines respond with a 3-0 run of their own to tie it at 21. Jardine nearly a service ace. Murillo deflected, and it trickles off the net. A side out for Grand Canyon.
Great little run by the Wolverines. They could side out here and get back and serve. This could be a great spot for them at the end of the game.
KJ Adams serving for Grand Canyon. Tanavasa. Jason runs in to save the possession for the Wolverines. Murillo up high. It's Tori Dorius on the block. There was the side out you were looking for.
There it is, and a good one at that.
Here's the replay on the WAC Digital Network. Just great play there.
Straight down.
Tori Dorius using all of that 6'4" frame to tie it at 22. And now we'll see a freshman, Abby Miller. Good serve from Miller. Jasa setting up for Kasna, and it trickles off the net. It looked good. It just ricocheted off the net and went out of play. I thought she had it.
I love the hard swing.
It's back to Grand Canyon. Claire Mitchell on the service line. Grand Canyon's only won one match in 14 tries against UVU. Tanavasa hits it over. Mitchell setting it. Oh! A miscommunication between Mitchell and Eskies gives it back to the Wolverines. A tough break for Grand Canyon. Everything's amplified at this stage of the set. That was an opportunity to get within set point, and now it's tied at 23. Mitchell back to Murillo. Is it too far? Yes, it is. It's set point for Utah Valley.
Couple hitting errors, miscommunication. Gives UVU the chance for the set.
Oh, we've got a challenge. Coach Nolan from Grand Canyon, I think, believes that that was in. And I got to tell you, great decision. I mean, that's a critical point. Goes one way or another. Why not challenge it?
That's a great time to use a challenge. And I think he's actually challenging the touch call, not the in and out call. So they're actually going to look at the net cam and see if there was a touch on the block instead of the in and out call on the line.
And this will be the first time here in Orem, Utah that the replay system has been utilized. So this is kind of groundbreaking territory here in the Western Athletic Conference in this gym. And I got to tell you, it's a critical point. We'll have to see if we can get to a replay. As you see President Jimenez enjoying the break here at Utah Valley. What was your initial thought as you saw it live?
You know, I knew it was out deep and lengthwise. It looked clearly out. It was too quick for me to tell if it was a touch or not. But the girls on the court for Grand Canyon seemed pretty convinced there was a touch. Sometimes you can tell blockers just with their demeanor if they're not telling the whole truth. I mean, you're not going to give yourself up, but sometimes a guilty look comes up. But no, I can't tell at this point. We'll have to see. It's a good thing we have experts down there to take care of it, though.
Great point. I'm glad I don't have to make this decision.
Right.
Because it's a critical juncture of this first set when you're trying to set the tone. And I don't know if we've adequately explained what's at stake here, but this is the second and third ranked teams in the conference battling for a chance to have an opening round bye in the upcoming conference tournament, which you obviously want to have.
Yeah, that's a huge advantage.
Especially for the Wolverines, who will be hosting for the second time in a row. They did it back in 2019. They'll be doing it here in the spring session of 2020. We're still awaiting a call. There's those standings as you see Wolverines nipping at the heels of Grand Canyon with New Mexico State in first, and then Dixie State, Tarleton, California Baptist, Seattle, UTRGV, and Chicago State rounding out those conference standings. But man, what a race. 1, 2, 3, New Mexico State, Grand Canyon, Utah Valley. If Utah Valley wins tonight, they've secured that second seed. They will have had a better winning percentage in the conference. They've played more matches than Grand Canyon. So Grand Canyon's got to win tonight and tomorrow. Good reminder that tomorrow's match between these two will be at noon here on the WAC Digital Network. Long review. I'm not used to these, Kaylee, but this is a long but critical review. Can't blame Coach Nolan for Grand Canyon for wanting to get this one right.
Yeah. Why not? If it doesn't go in your favor, you're charged a timeout. It's a good time to take a timeout anyways.
Right. So worst case scenario, you're using this time as a de facto timeout.
Right. And I think he's got 2 anyways at this point in his pocket. So use it anyways. See what happens.
Nolan in his 5th year for Grand Canyon came over from USC out of the Pac-12 conference. Done a really nice job building up this Grand Canyon program. As I mentioned, Wolverines are 13-1 all time. Here's the replay. Very curious to see if it is touched. It's so fast, it's hard to tell.
It's quick. That net cam is going to be the only angle you're going to be able to see that touch on, if there is one.
Are you tipping your hand there with if there is one?
I don't know. Like I said, it was too fast. If there was a touch from anyone, it's going to be Sadie Hampson in the middle as she was trying to close that block. But
all right, I think we're going to have a decision here momentarily. No touch. A worthy review and a challenge by the Lopes, but they do not find evidence that it was touched at the net.
Yep.
And now the Wolverines have an opportunity to take this first set, and they've played well. They haven't had any big runs to create any separation, but a chance. Oh, almost a service ace, and now it's going to be a great offensive opportunity. Jasa on the slide to Hampson. Claire with the overpass. Jasa back to Miller, and now Kristen Bell. It's deflected. Claire Mitchell back to Haggie. It's popped up. Claire will try Murillo this time, and yes, Jenny Murillo ties it up at 24.
Wolverines had several opportunities in that rally with offensive hits and an overpass that should have been swung at, and nobody got up on it.
Yeah. Were you surprised that they didn't go for it there?
That's a Merry Christmas. That was not taken advantage of.
There's the serve from Turry. Kristen Bell to give the Wolverines the lead. Turry on the dig. Mitchell setting it up for Lifgren, but the Wolverine block denies Grand Canyon, and it's set point yet again for the Wolverines.
Late start on their front row defense, but it looks like they're picking it up later in this second half of the game.
Third block for the Wolverines. Make that the fourth block for the Wolverines. And you've seen Grand Canyon's hitting percentage take a dip here in the latter stages of the set number one. They're down to 220 as a team. Oh, nearly a service ace. Kristen Ajasa back to Kristen Bell for the set. It's denied by Grand Canyon. And that's Hannah Eskies, an outstanding middle blocker here in the Western Athletic Conference.
Her blocking technique is textbook. She presses so well.
Her second block for Eskies. Tied at 25. Jardine over to Kristen Bell. Hard swing through the block. Mitchell keeps it alive. They'll try Lifgren. It's denied. Mitchell to Lifgren again. Into the back corner. Jardine to Jasa. Over to Kristen Bell. Off the shoulder of Kendra Knock. It's still alive. Mitchell back to Haggie. Great effort from the Wolverines. Kristen to give them the lead. Eskies with the dig. Flying down the middle. Trickles over the net. Tanavas is there. Miller over to Kristen Bell. Popped up off the deflection. Back to Kristen. A long rally. Oh, great effort from the Wolverines. Miller just a half step behind, and Grand Canyon has taken advantage.
That was a great defensive show on both sides.
Hannah Eskies with a chance to give the Lopes. Kristen Bell, a nice pass. Jasa back to Kristen Bell. Over the block, and Kristen Bell gets the point. Grand Canyon kept playing on, but it was whistled dead and point to the Wolverines.
Smart shot by Kristen Bell with that change-up roll shot after she's been swinging hard for the last rally.
Yeah, she's got to be tired right now. Overpass opportunity. Wolverines can't take advantage, and it goes back to Grand Canyon.
I think Knock was trying to place that in a smart spot. In my opinion, that's a ball you get up and you rip on.
That's the second opportunity they've had
right,
with overpasses late in this set that they have not converted. Serving is a freshman, Mia Goulart. Jardine pops it up. Miller runs it down. Over to Kristen Bell. KJ Adams is there. Mitchell runs in. And was it deflected? No, it was not. We're tied at 27. Georgia Turry came flying down the middle but could not deliver for the Lopes.
I had a feeling this is how the sets were going to go in this match.
You didn't tell me that before it began.
Competitive.
Jardine, diving effort, but can't keep it in, and Grand Canyon goes back up by 1.
Wolverines have to side out this point to stay in the game, but they've also got to get a stop on Jenny Murillo, their best outside and hitter.
Murillo with 5 kills. Kyra Moss with 6 to lead the Lopes. Serving is Ashley Lifgren. Abby Miller over to Tanavasa, but it is blocked at the net. Kyra Moss puts an end to set number 1 for Grand Canyon. Wolverines had opportunities.
They did.
But it's Grand Canyon who capitalizes at the end of this first set.
Yeah, I'm not surprised the ball went out to Tanavasu, and I think Grand Canyon knew it was going to happen as well. They had blockers set up and ready for that set, and Kazna they were right in her face. She had nowhere else to go. But I expect them to come back game 2, set 2, and start a little stronger. They started slow. Grand Canyon started offensively hot, and I expect it to be different in the second set.
Grand Canyon takes set number 1. 29-27. We've got a little presentation going on here at the Lockhart Arena. Justin Hutchins being honored here in Orem, Utah. A starter on the 2001 National Champions UVSC men's volleyball team before they became Utah Valley University. He was an assistant coach here with Coach Atoa from 2005 to 2009. And as you see right now on the screen, being honored here as a proud alum and donor for the women's volleyball program. We'll take a break here on the WAC Digital Network. We'll be back after this.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here-for-you to learn how to get the care you need.
The latest from KSL5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
Welcome back to Orem, Utah. Grand Canyon took the first set 29-27. We're pleased to be joined by Justin Hutchins. And, man, let's start with this. You know, you had a great career here on the men's volleyball side of things, winning a national championship. How does it feel to be back on the campus, Justin?
It's so much fun. It brings back so many memories, even though the campus has really changed over the last, I hate to say it, 20 years.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe it's been that long.
It's me neither. My knees will tell you the same thing a little bit.
What memories stand out from your time here at Utah Valley?
Boy, I have so many, both as an athlete and a student, but also as an assistant with Coach Atoa. I learned so much from him and consider him a great friend and mentor as well, and just having had the opportunity to see that growth and transition, especially with the UVU women's team making that transition to Division I volleyball. Being a part of that was just so much fun.
We're joined by Justin Hutchins here as we're getting ready for set number 2. And you talked about being an assistant coach with Sam, maybe putting on your coaching hat here, Justin. What do you like about this current Wolverine team?
You know what? They're maybe one of the most physical teams I've seen. Sam definitely has recruited well. He's got some size. He's got some talent. I actually had the opportunity to coach both Brighton Bishop and Abby Miller.
Really?
Yeah, I was an assistant at Pleasant Grove High School with former UVU great Elise Wilson-Jones, and those two alone, plus you add the rest of the personnel that just brings so much talent and hard work to this team. They're great. They're fun to watch.
Justin, what have you been up to since you hung up the coaching hat here at Utah Valley?
So after Utah Valley, I actually was an assistant coach at Cal Poly SLO, Fresno State, and I got to hand it to these coaches. They give so much time and dedication to their teams. That just wasn't for me anymore. I wanted to spend some more time with my family and things, and so we decided to move back to Utah, and I got into real estate, and that's been a really fun switch for me, and being able to work with actually mostly people I know from volleyball and helping them buy and sell homes, and it still gives me an opportunity with flexibility in my schedule to coach local club teams as well.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm still involved in the game.
Justin Hutchins is our guest for a few more moments here as the Wolverines lead 2-0. And you mentioned being in the real estate game now. How do you think being in the real estate game has helped build connections here at Utah Valley?
That's a great question. I think, with living here in Utah Valley, and again having that connection with volleyball, past and present, a lot of my clients are former either teammates, people I've coached, both in club and at UV, and it's just fun to rekindle those relationships and have their trust in such a big, part of their lives as well.
A few more questions here with Justin Hutchins. What have you taken from the game? You mentioned it's been 20 years since that national championship run, but what has stayed with you over those 20 years that you've learned from the game of volleyball?
I think with any sport, you develop certain characteristics and traits that carry on into life. It's such a microcosm of life itself, and hard work, grinding through hard times, enjoying success but not resting on it, and just having drive to succeed. And then I think volleyball is I'm biased, but one of the ultimate team sports, and just being able to work well with others and help others succeed at the same time.
Last thing for you, Justin, and I hope I say this right. Is it Teasdale Realty?
Team Teasdale Realty.
Nice. Anything you'd like to shout out or add to those listening on the WAC Digital Network?
You know what? If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Utah, I would love to be able to bring that coaching expertise that I had in volleyball in educating and serving and helping to find success in whatever that is. So I appreciate you having me on.
How can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook and Twitter at Hutch Sells Homes, and that's probably the best way to get in touch with me.
Awesome. Justin Hutchins, it's been a pleasure. Love having you on. We appreciate it, man.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it, Matt.
All right. That was Justin Hutchins. The Lopes have taken a 4-3 lead. Back to serve now. Number 6, Mia Goulart. Wolverines on the attack. Lifgren, but it does go to Utah Valley as we're tied at 4. Brighton Bishop will serve as Kaylee Doxey rejoins after we just spoke with Justin Hutchins. What have you seen from the early moments here in set number 2 from a Wolverine perspective, Kaylee?
I think they are ready to play. It looks like they're ready. I think that first set fired them up. They started slow blocking, and you already see them really making a presence at the net. I think this game can continue to be back and forth, though, and I think that both teams are going to have to battle for every point.
Very even when you look at the box score so far. Lopes hitting 161, Wolverines hitting 159. Side-out percentage, Grand Canyon's at 65%, Wolverines at 63%. 17 kills for the Wolverines, 22 for Grand Canyon, 5 blocks apiece. I mean, like you said, it's just neck and neck. 30 digs for Grand Canyon, 26 for the Wolverines. I do think it will ultimately come down to who can execute. I've talked to Coach Atoa many times. Kaylee, as have you. You played for him. That's such an emphasis in this program. Winning, though, first to 5, first to 3, simulating end-of-set opportunities. Seems like it's going to come down to that set after set here in their first meeting between these teams.
Yeah, and when you play teams that are even in stats or even in caliber, it's going to be, a lot of times it's going to be the team that wins is the one that shows up and has more energy, or maybe executes a particular game plan better than you. So it will be splitting hairs this whole game, and it will be exciting.
KJ Adams will serve for Grand Canyon. Adams with 6 digs and an assist so far tonight. Chase it to Kazna over the block. Murillo dives in. Overpass results in a kill from Kazna. That's what you mentioned back in set number 1. Just take a hard swing at those things.
Yeah, it's timing too. A lot of it's timing. Get up quick, swing hard. Kazna was ready for that one.
Tanavasa with 5 kills now. Back to serve is Abby Miller, a freshman out of Pleasant Grove High School. She was Utah's Gatorade Player of the Year last year in the state of Utah.
And she's had several roles on this team so far. She started as a back row setter, playing a 6-2 with Jasa, and then she moved to just a serving and DS specialist, and now she's back, and they're running a 6-2 again with Abby setting back row, and then Jasa coming in and setting back row.
Miller serving. Wolverines without a service ace yet in this match. Grand Canyon does have 2 service aces along with 2 service errors. Claire Mitchell will serve, and I bring that up because the Wolverines lead the conference in kills with 94, so they're a great serving team. Haven't been able to connect so far against Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon, meanwhile, 6th in the conference with only 60 service aces, but they have the advantage right now.
Yeah. And that could be, I mean, give credit to Grand Canyon for passing well and keeping the ball alive, but UVU has been a very good serving team this year.
Kasna back to serve, looking for that first service ace. But no, it is instead a service error, the second service error by the Wolverines. Georgia Turi comes in to serve for Grand Canyon. Feels a lot like the first third of set number 1.
Yeah.
Both teams exchanging points, no real run. We haven't seen a run longer than 4-0 Grand Canyon.
Yeah, and that was mid to late in the game last time.
Quick side out for the Wolverines. Back to serve will be number 11, Sadie Hampson, a junior out of Poway, California.
Great pass.
Claire Mitchell dials up the first setter's dump of the match. And it's a side out for Grand Canyon.
What a heads-up play to do that on such a good pass, too. As a blocker, you're really trained to stay and watch on a perfect pass, and she really took advantage of that.
Tanavasa to Miller. Down the middle, Kendra Knock. A good hard swing from Kendra Knock, her 6th kill.
She's having a great game.
6 kills, hitting over 200. 2 blocks, an assist. Nice start for Kendra Knock. Kendra, a freshman from Temecula, California, at a Chaparral High School. Fun little fact about Kendra, water polo player for 5 years.
That is a tough sport. I like to swim, but I don't know if I could tread like they do.
Grand Canyon looking to tie at 11, courtesy of the serve from Mia Goulart. Hard swing from Kristen Bell. It trickles off the green pipe in the rafter. Grand Canyon can't corral it. And it's a side out for the Wolverines. Kristen Bell back to serve. UVU up by 2. They haven't led by more than 2 at any point in this match as they trail 1-0. Almost a service ace. Claire Mitchell's, her acrobatics kept it alive for Grand Canyon. Knock gets a piece of it. Hard swing, but Tanavasa meets Mitchell at the net. Ultimately, Ashley Lithgren is able to get through the Wolverine defense, and it's a point for Grand Canyon.
Back and forth.
Ashley Lithgren will serve. She has 5 kills. That's second highest for Grand Canyon. It's a service error from Lithgren. Saren Jardine back to serve. Wolverines looking for that first service ace. Jardine looking for number 70 in her career. She's currently 9th all time. Hard swing from Murillo. Kept alive by the Wolverines.
Great one-handed dig by Jasa on that.
Mitchell and Murillo, a miscommunication results in a Wolverine point.
Communication between setter and hitter will not be perfect all the time, but you hate to see that happen more often than not, and it's happened several times for Grand Canyon already.
Slide opportunity for Moss. Jardine is there. Great play by Dorius to keep it alive for the Wolverines. Mitchell, another slide by Moss. Kyra Moss gets the touch.
They run that slide so effectively. It is fast, and it is, for lack of a better word, it is ferocious. They swing hard on those. 9
kills now for Kyra Moss, along with 5 blocks. She leads the Lopes in both categories. Jasa back to Tori Dorius. KJ Adams slides in for the dig. Jasa, Dorius again. It's blocked. Keys and Murillo for Grand Canyon. Adams serving. Down the middle. Hampson gets a piece of it. Slide again. It's blocked. Tanavasa with the celebration and the side out. Oh, no. I think she thought it was in, and so did I, but it's going to go back to Grand Canyon. That was close.
That was close. She was there. Great switch up by Dorius on the tip.
Wolverines, just like in set number 1, the first to get to 15. It's 15-14 UVU. We'll take a break here on the WAC Digital Network. Remainder of set 2 after this.
We can stand together by standing far apart.
Stay 6 feet apart from other people.
Wear your mask when you go out.
Wash your hands often.
If you feel sick, stay home. Be respectful of others.
The choices you make are critical.
By protecting yourself, it helps protect all of us.
Your actions can save lives.
What we do now will shape our future.
Stay safe.
Join the Wolverine Club, a simple message with a major impact.
Finds the back of the net for the Wolverines!
Support student athletes like former Utah Valley University women's soccer star, graduate, and Rhodes Scholar finalist Hannah Bruce. Not only is Hannah the first UVU student athlete to be a Rhodes Scholar finalist, she is currently studying to earn a master's degree in neuroscience at the renowned University of Oxford in England. Support the next Wolverine Rhodes Scholar finalist by joining the Wolverine Club today.
Wolverines lead by 1. Abby Miller will go to the service line for Utah Valley, and it's a critical second set here. You don't want to go down 2-0. Now, are they capable of winning? Yes, as we saw that last time they were here against New Mexico State, but that's not ideal. Mitchell setting it up for Murillo. Nice hard swing there from Jenny Murillo, tying it at 15. Grand Canyon hovering around 70% side-out percentage. Just have not allowed the Wolverines to go on any big runs.
They've been doing a great job in their serve-receive, running quick first plays to get that side out right away.
Slide to Hampson. Murillo gets a piece of it. It's still in play. Adams to Mitchell. Down the middle. Timing wasn't quite there with Keys. We'll try Murillo again on the side. Looks long. And it is. It's a point to Utah Valley. Murillo's got a hard swing. She has misfired a few times.
But even her misfires are just barely out. I was thinking as she's hitting, she's a very clean hitter. And even when she does hit out, it's inches. It's not very far.
Into the first time tonight for the Wolverines, number 8, Abby Vincent, who just served, back on the roster after having served a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in the state of Texas.
Yeah, and she's in for Tanavasu, giving Kazna a break back row. She's going to come in and pass and play defense. Kazna will come back in front row.
Turi serving for the Lopes. Kristen Bell to Miller, and then now back to Kristen. In comes Lifgren. And now Keys. No. It's going to go to the Wolverines.
Just wide.
Wolverines hanging on by a thread, 17-16. It's been a narrow lead throughout the majority of the second set with Sadie Hampson serving. So close to being a service ace.
Net violation on Wolverines. Looked like it was on Kendra Knock.
They've had a few of those where it's just an outstanding ace that's so close to being a point,
right.
And then Grand Canyon turns around and gets a point out of it.
Right, and not only do they get the ball up, but it ends up being like a pretty decent pass, too.
Vincent with one arm tried to keep it in play, could not do so, and Grand Canyon has taken the lead late in set number 2. Shades of the first set. Hannah S. Keys serving for the Lopes. And an overpass from Vincent that results in a service ace for Grand Canyon. Wonderful to have a timeout here from the Wolverines, and indeed we do. Coach Atoa will take a timeout as Grand Canyon is on a 3-0 scoring run to go up by 2. Can the Lopes go up 2-0? We'll find out after this.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
Predicting Utah's diverse weather, it takes an experienced team, passionate about putting you in the know before you go. It takes the KSL weather specialists. Weather made special.
Wolverines get the touch, and it's a point. A much-needed point to end a 3-0 Grand Canyon run.
This is right about the time they had their 4-0 run last time. They were able to stop it on 3. Let's see if they can tie it up with Jace serving.
Let's see if they can go on their own 3-0 run to take control here at the end of set number 2.
That would be great.
Deflected at the net. Grand Canyon scrambling. They'll hit it over Sarah Haggy. They'll try again. This time it's Lifgren. And yes, Ashley Lifgren with the side out for Grand Canyon. Seems like all of these broken plays, opportunities are going in favor of Grand Canyon right now.
Yeah.
On their heels, they recover and get the point.
They're executing offensively way better than the Wolverines are right now, I feel like.
And they're hitting it better as well.
Yeah.
195 to 176. Jardine over to Dorius. Oh, yes, Tori Dorius.
And those are the kinds of broken plays or out-of-system plays that the Wolverines really need to take advantage of offensively. Grand Canyon is doing a better job of that, but just like the Wolverines did, they need to see more of those.
Brighton Bishop, an excellent server for the Wolverines. Haggy to Mitchell on the slide to Moss. Bishop is there. Jasa to Tanavasa to tie. Yes! It's deflected at the net, and we're notched up at 20. This is exactly who you want on the service line in this situation. Third in the conference in aces per set. Wolverines looking for their first ace of the match. Mitchell runs in to get it to Lifgren. Lifgren misfires, and there's a 3-0 Wolverine run.
And in my opinion, this is a great front row and back row for the Wolverines. Great lineup.
Nice response here, Kaylee, from the Wolverines. They looked a little discombobulated as they trailed by 2. And they've used a 3-0 scoring run to take a 1-point lead. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow. The second meeting between these teams in consecutive days. Grand Canyon and Utah Valley will have that here at noon on the WAC Digital Network. We got women's soccer coming up later this week as well, as the Wolverines will play the Red Hawks of Seattle. That's at 6 p.m. So And then, of course, at the beginning of April, just a few weeks away, the conference tournament will be played here in Orem, Utah, and that will be obviously broadcast on the WAC Digital Network. Kaylee, you'll be a part of that, I think.
I need a formal invite, but we'll see. It would be great to join you. I'd love to see some good competitive volleyball. Being able to host the WAC tournament is an awesome opportunity, and to have it here again is just a great advantage for the Wolverines, but great for Utah Valley University.
21-20, Brighton Bishop on the service line. What do the Wolverines have to do different at the end of this set to tie it up at one set apiece?
I was going to say they've got to serve tough. Kind of an unfortunate serving error right now in this tight of a game, but offensively they need to start playing a little smarter on out of system balls.
4 service errors, no aces for the Wolverines. Oh, excellent play there from Kendra Knock. Right over the top of the block and gives it back to the Wolverines with Saren Jardine serving.
That was either a great heads-up play or a very lucky low set.
Slide to Moss, and it connects yet again for the Lopes. That's been successful all night long.
Game plan going forward is stop the slide.
Moss now with double-digit kills. 10 kills for Kyra Moss.
And 5 blocks out of the Lopes, 8 total.
Bishop up high, nearly grazes the lights in the rafters. Tanavasa cannot find the high hands, and Grand Canyon goes up 23-22.
Wolverines need a good pass right here to run something with their offense.
Jasa pops it up to Dorius over the block. Popped up by Eskeys now. Murillo. Adams to Mitchell. Back to Lifgren. Good opportunity now for the Wolverines. Tori Dorius. Jardine keeps it alive. All the way over to Tanavasa. The block again. Hannah Eskeys with a huge block for Grand Canyon. Her 3rd block, and we're going to have a Wolverine timeout. We'll take a break as well. Can the Wolverines recover? Find out next.
Get the breaking news, weather, and traffic you need to know before you go. Wake up to real stories from real people. The news specialists on KSL Today. Mornings made special.
I love this view.
I love that every time this commercial airs, I get to drink another Mountain Dew.
A pair of 3-0 runs late in the second set has the Lopes on the brink of taking a 2-0 lead on the road in Orem. Bishop back to Tanavasa to keep things alive. Diving in is Goulart. Murillo to finish it off. And yes, it was deflected at the net. And the Lopes use a 4-0 run.
Looks like Coach Attoh is going to challenge that one.
These sets won't end without a little controversy, Kaylee.
Was this a replay?
This is indeed a replay, as Coach Attoh will utilize a challenge.
It looked like Dorius turned and told Sam she did not touch that. Sadie said the same thing. They're both convinced that it was the wrong call, so we'll see if it changes anything. Be a great turn of events for the Wolverines. Have a second chance, make it 24-23. Get back and serve.
Wolverines have played well in the second set. They're out hitting the Lopes. Here's the replay. Let's see. It's just too hard to tell at that speed.
Initially, I didn't see any touch. It looked really high, and I know Dorius can touch high. She's 6'5", but it just seemed too high.
Rest assured, the replay center has more angles and slow motion that we don't quite have here on our replay. Yeah. So they're not just using that clip that we just saw to determine if it was touched or not.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go. This is sweet.
Oh.
Huh.
Maybe not. They did look confused that there was a touch call on that ball.
Wolverines hitting 216 here in the set. That's better than Grand Canyon at 159. Neither team. Before I say anything, sometimes this updates correctly and sometimes it doesn't. I was going to say neither team has a block, but Grand Canyon clearly has some blocks, so I think they finished with 5.
They started the set at 5 blocks, and they're at 9, so they've got 4 for the set.
4-0 in that category, so
Yep.
they've been better at the net. And then the side-out percentage slightly in favor of Grand. I mean, it's been so equal throughout this match.
Something I do think that Grand Canyon is doing better that we won't see on stats or box score is passing. I feel like Grand Canyon has really had a leg up on the Wolverines this match so far on passing. They're able to run plays out of serve receive far more often than the Wolverines right now. Seems like the Wolverines are struggling a little bit with passing. That may be because Grand Canyon is struggling.
Here we go. Here's the decision after the replay. And it stays with Grand Canyon. The replay says that Tori Dorius did indeed get a piece of it, and Grand Canyon has taken a 2-0 lead on the road. They've just been better at the end of these sets, Kaylee.
Yeah, they have. And I think they've started stronger. They've obviously ended stronger. I don't think the Wolverines are doing anything necessarily poorly or
I would say poorly is not the right word, but the serve has favored Grand Canyon. 4 errors, no aces for the Wolverines.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break here. Between sets 2 and 3, we'll be back after this on the WAC Digital Network.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is a premier award-winning student property in Orem. With nearly $5 million in renovations, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or online, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized, keeping you safe and secure. Lease right now and get $200 off your first month's rent. Wolverine Crossing, this is home.
At Murdoch Hyundai, the model year and sales event starts now. The open road to adventure begins at Murdoch Hyundai. Visit Murdoch Hyundai today and get 0% interest for 6 years on a new 2020 Santa Fe or Sonata. You walk through our doors, you feel like family. At Murdoch Hyundai in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please, don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here4you to learn how to get the care you need.
Winter has arrived, and with it, the Murdoch All-Wheel Drive event. Be prepared for any Utah winter roads. Visit Murdoch Hyundai today and get 0% interest for 5 years on a new Tucson. When you walk through our doors, you feel like family. At Murdoch Hyundai in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast. Seriously fast.
Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
And buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
Welcome back to the Lockhart Arena, where the Grand Canyon Lopes lead it 2-0. You can see here they're leading in kills, slightly better hitting percentage, more blocks, better side-out percentage. As Kaylee mentioned as we went to break, very equal. Serve is certainly favored Grand Canyon, and they've just been sharper at the end of sets 1 and 2, Kaylee.
Yeah, I think the kills is a big difference, actually. They're up by 6 kills. I just see them doing a better job at converting balls, out-of-system balls. UVU does a really good job of hitting and getting kills when balls are in system with good passes, but they're not doing a great job of out-of-system.
A bit of breaking news here on the broadcast, Kaylee. So we started this off by saying the Wolverines needed to win one of these 2 matches to get a bye as the second seed. Well, it's been recently announced that Seattle University will not be participating in the conference tournament, which means these 2 teams are playing each other in the semifinal round. So there's no longer that benefit of becoming the second seed and getting a bye. There's only going to be 5 teams as of now in the conference tournament. So there'll be a 4-5 matchup, a play-in, so to speak, to play New Mexico State.
Yeah.
And then the following day, day 2, will be the Wolverines versus Grand Canyon.
So regardless of 2 or 3, they're playing each other.
Regardless of 2 versus 3, they're playing each other. And from the Wolverines' perspective, it's going to be a home match. So 2 versus 3.
Well, right now it's a home match. We're down 0-2. I mean, there should be an advantage to playing at home, but I'd love to see Wolverines do what they did in New Mexico State, match number 1 at home, and come back from being down 0-2.
Well, one thing they did in that match, Kaylee, is they shut down the Aggie slide. So we'll have to see if the Wolverines have an answer for the Grand Canyon slide.
Hopefully.
Because Kyra Moss has just been outstanding with 11 kills to lead the Lopes. Grand Canyon got the first point off the shoulder of Eskeys. We're still in play here. But then it goes to the Wolverines, so we're tied at 1.
Big flex from Knock right there after that kill.
Knock leads the Wolverines in kills with 9.
She's had, and she mixes it up. She's had tips and hard swings just like she did.
Claire Mitchell runs in and pops it up.
Great control.
Jasa back to Tanavasa on the right side. Dig by KJ Adams. They'll try Tanavasa a second time over the block. Kyra Moss was ready for it. Flying in is Georgia Turi, but it goes to the Wolverines. Back-to-back points for Utah Valley.
I like seeing teams use their back row attack. I saw that with UTRGV when they played them. They really utilize a back row. First ace of the game, Jasa.
There we go. And Jasa has tied Maddie Wardle with that service ace.
9th, is that right? 9th
I believe that's 10th all time.
10th all time. Okay, she's in the top 10.
68 aces apiece, tied for 10th, Maddie Wardle and Jasa Funk Stratton. She's now only 1 behind her teammate Saren Jardine.
Another kill from Knock. She's a little bit unorthodox. She's either swinging hard or it's hitting her fingertips, but she seems to score.
9 kills for Kendra Knock, hitting .333 with 2 blocks. Wolverines use a 4-0 run to take control very early in set number 3.
I love this view.
I love that every time this commercial airs, I get to drink another Mountain Dew.
UCCU is both a credit union and a full-service mortgage company.
Which means that UCCU always provides the lowest rates and lower insurance premiums than other lenders.
When your mortgage rate and insurance premium are lower, your monthly payment is also lower.
It's just science.
That's more money you can put into your home.
Or back into your pocket.
So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing a home, talk to us.
The credit union that's been putting people over profits for over 60 years.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
It's a 4-0 Wolverine run that was just snapped, courtesy of Ashley Lifgren of Grand Canyon. Lifgren now with 6 kills. Serving will be Mia Goulart, 8 digs, and a service ace for the freshman from Kamehameha High School on the island of Oahu. Jasa over to Tanavasa. Oh, so close, but just missing his Tanavasa. 2 quick points for the Lopes.
Going after that line to get over Mitchell, that outside blocker. Great swing. It looked just barely out.
Goulart serving again. Jasa keeps it up. Knock just taps it over. A little out of sync there, but it results in a kill for the Wolverines.
I'd love to see a replay of all of her kills back to back to back and just see how many are hard driven and how many are
little
misfires, but she's making it work.
10 kills now. The only Wolverine with double-digit kills is Kendra Knock. Quick side out, Lifgren gets through the Wolverine block. And now we'll see Jenny Murillo back in, a senior from Columbia. Ashley Lifgren serving. Lopes have 3 aces along with 3 service errors. Kristen Bell flying in but blocked. Kyra Moss has been outstanding in all facets for Grand Canyon. 6 blocks now for Moss.
She's hitting really well too. She has 10 kills, but she's hitting 474 hitting percentage.
Kendra Knock with the side out. She's having herself quite the evening.
It's a little battle of the middle. She's at 11 kills now, hitting 390. So if you want a friendly competition, you got Knock and Moss going at it.
Coming into it, we thought we'd be seeing a kind of a showdown on the outside with Tanavasa and Murillo, but it's been Knock and Kyra Moss stealing the show here in the first of 2 meetings. Murillo with the side out for Grand Canyon. Hannah Eskies comes back in for the Lopes. Eskies with 5 kills, 5 digs and 3 blocks. The sophomore from Oceanside, California. Jason runs under it. Over to Kristen Bell. Lifgren. Claire Mitchell keeps it in play, and Lifgren pushes it over. Kristen Bell off the hands of Grand Canyon, out of play. It's a Wolverine block. Or excuse me, a point, not a block. What am I saying? Abby Miller in to serve for the Wolverines. And also in on the previous possession for the first time tonight, number 3, Natalia Andrus, a sophomore from El Dorado Hills, California for UVU. Mitchell setting it up for Murillo. Deflected at the net. Murillo back to Mitchell. Eskies. It's tapped down by Andrus. Jasa all the way over to Kristen Bell. Brighton Bishop. Kristen pops it up, and Jasa will pop it over on the 3rd hit. Mitchell to Murillo. It's blocked. Andrus and Jasa get a piece of it for Utah Valley.
Jasa has been an excellent blocker. When she gets the chance to play front row, which for the most part of her career at UVU, it's been back row only, running a 6-2 as a setter. But when she does get front row, she's got a great block.
This reminds me a lot of that New Mexico State match where they put Jasa on the front row and she came alive defensively. Jasa gets a piece of it, pops it up. Miller. And Eskies. No.
Just out. Great heads-up play by Bishop right there. She wanted to dig that ball. She was there for it, but she let it go out.
UVU up 3. Hard to believe, but this is their largest lead of the match as they trail 2-0. Miller serving. Nice serve. Mitchell to Murillo. It's blocked. Jasa again coming alive on the front row. Her versatility is just impressive.
Yeah, she's an athlete. She serves great. She sets well, obviously, and now getting some front row.
And she leads the team in assists with 16. She's also tied for the lead with blocks with 3. Nearly another block from the Wolverines. Murillo goes over the block this time. Diving in is Andrus. Saren, a huge attempt to get it over. I don't know what you call that. That was an athletic play.
Yeah. If anyone could have gotten that ball over, it would have been Saren, but that was just a tough second shank right there.
Speaking of Saren, she has 17 digs to add to her career-leading total.
Just making it hard for anyone else to beat it.
And she's closing in on 1,800 career digs. She may not get it tonight, but I think she'll get it tomorrow. Jardine up to Miller. Over to Kristen Bell. Through the block, and the Wolverines lead by 4.
They look like they're more in system and in sync than they have been the first 2 sets.
Abby Vincent and Tori Dorius come in for Utah Valley. Vincent will serve. Adams to Mitchell, over to Sarah Haggie, but it results in a Wolverine point. Largest lead now at 5. Vincent serving again, and Abby Vincent misfires. Her second service error of the match. Gives it back to Grand Canyon, and we'll see Georgia Turi come in to serve for the Lopes.
She missed that serve, but it was an aggressive serve. You get a call, an area call from a coach where to serve, and I think she really went after it. It was just out.
Dorius up high.
Great
Jason
pass.
on the slide to Andrus, but it's blocked at the net.
I'm not surprised that Grand Canyon is so successful at shutting down Utah Valley slides because they run a really good slide themselves. So they have a lot of practice against the slide, blocking it.
Turi serves again. Jardine to Jasa, or to Dorius, over the block. Mitchell's there. And now Adams over to Haggie. And Haggie, it's too far. Back to the Wolverines. (13-9). Wolverines trying to stay alive here in set number 3. Natalia Andrus now serving for the Wolverines. Adams to Mitchell. And Jasa gets a piece of it. Held her hand up before the play was even over. She knew it was done.
Give me credit. That's what she's saying. Give me credit. That was my block.
She has not been playing on the front row for long, but she now leads the Wolverines in blocks with 4.
That's impressive.
4 blocks, 16 assists for the senior Jasa Funk Stratton, perhaps leading a comeback for the Wolverines. Jasa up to Dorius, and Dorius misfires. Attack error by Utah Valley, gives it back to Grand Canyon. Hannah S. Keys will serve. 5 kills, 5 digs, 3 blocks for S. Keys. Vincent to Jasa on the slide to Kendra Knock. And Kendra is able to convert for the Wolverines.
Is this a career high for Knock? What is her career high for kills in per match? She's having an awesome game.
She's been outstanding for the Wolverines. A freshman from Temecula, California, Kendra Knock, is 1 away from tying a career high. Back after this.
Some people see just another local Utah sports app. Oh, wait, what? A local Utah sports app? Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com. Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. The latest news, insider analysis, podcasts from the pros, and so much more. Free. Available right now, anywhere you are. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast.
Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
And buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
Wolverines lead by 5 after the kill by Kendra Knock, who is 2 kills shy of a new career and season high, and the assist came courtesy of Jasa Funk Stratton, who I think has been the catalyst to this strong third set with 4 blocks.
Yes, her coming front row, getting some blocks and slowing down the Lopes offense has been key, and her setting. One thing I noticed about Jasa with her setting is she's not only a good setter, but you can tell the communication between her and her hitters is there, and she takes full credit for any errors or miscommunications, and it seems like she's just a great team player.
I can only remember really one of those, I think, in set number 1 from Jasa. We've seen a few of those from Grand Canyon. That's a good point. Meanwhile, a service ace by Mia Goulart cuts the deficit to 3. Jasa to Dorius. Goulart now to Mitchell for Grand Canyon. All the way over to Lithgren. And a quick 3-0 run gets Grand Canyon quickly back in this one in set number 3.
Doesn't take much to get back in a game when you're down. A good serve, a solid swing, and you're right back in it. This momentum is now on Grand Canyon's side. We'll have to see if Wolverines can take it back.
There was a missed opportunity. Fortunate that it's still in play. Knock to Jasa, all the way over to Kasna, over the block. Lithgren is there for the Lopes. Mitchell now to Lithgren. It's blocked! Tori Dorius, a critical side out for the Wolverines to regain some momentum.
Great server right now with Bishop. She's 3rd in the WAC in aces per set. None tonight, though.
Kendra Knock gets a piece of it defensively for the Wolverines, and they push the lead back to 4. Brighton Bishop will serve again. They had a nice run with Brighton at the end of set number 2 before the Lopes used the 4-0 run to finish it off. Mitchell over to Lithgren, deflected. Bell gets a piece of it. Mitchell to Adams. Now they'll go over to Ashley Lithgren. Brighton Bishop's dig attempt unsuccessful as it goes into the stands, and it's a side out for the Lopes.
You now have 3 players for the Lopes hitting double digits. You've got Lithgren, Murillo, and Moss, 11, 10, and 10 respectively, which in my mind is an awesome and diverse offense. You've got plenty of people contributing.
Wolverines don't get the touch, so it's a point to Grand Canyon as they cut the lead to 2. Wolverines have led by as many as 5 here in the third set at 17-15. Ashley Lithgren serving. Back to Kristen Bell, but the Lopes with a good defensive play at the net, courtesy of Kyra Moss, her 7th block of the match.
Yeah, we talked about Eskies being the first in the WAC in blocks per set, and tonight we're actually seeing Moss leading the Lopes with blocks.
Grand Canyon looking to equalize at 17.
Almost another one.
Oh, Kyra Moss. She might have been celebrating a little too soon and then got caught. Kendra Knock with the kill as it deflects off Kyra Moss. And the Wolverines go back up 2 with Saren Jardine to serve.
That was her career.
She's tied a career high with 13 kills, 1 away. She set that earlier in the year, beginning of February against Seattle. Kendra had 13 kills. Grand Canyon, a quick side out with KJ Adams back to serve, and another opportunity to tie the set at 18. Jasa back to Tanavasa over the block. It hits the antenna, and we're tied at 18. Oh.
Net violation is what they're going to say right now on Grand Canyon.
I think Coach Nolan's in there trying to get a clarification, and they're going to talk about it. So I looked down for a minute and just saw the antenna rattling. What should have happened there?
So Tanavasu hit it into the antenna, which is considered out.
Yep.
However, it looked like the down ref was calling for a net violation on Grand Canyon. So the net violation takes precedence.
It supersedes the antenna?
Correct.
The officials are talking things over, but I think your explanation is what will ultimately come out of this, that it will stay with the Wolverines after the violation on Grand Canyon.
They may be discussing whether or not it happened before the hit or after the hit on a turnaround, or I'm not exactly sure, but that's, to my understanding, it should be.
Oh, and they switch it.
Interesting.
Good explanation there from Kaylee, but
useless explanation.
No, it was great. But ultimately, after a conversation, the officials decided it hit the antenna first, and we're tied at 18. Diving in was Goulart to keep it alive, but Murillo is too long, and it's back to the Wolverines. It's a similar position the Wolverines have been in tonight. Up 1, up 2 at about that 20-point mark. We'll see if they can execute and extend the match against Grand Canyon. Jardine can't keep it in play. We're tied at 19. Set number 1 went into extra time, 29-27 Grand Canyon. And then the Lopes used a 4-0 run to finish off set number 2, 25-22. So they've been close at the end, and Grand Canyon's been a little sharper. See if the Wolverines can rewrite the script here in set 3. That was a hard play, I think, for Kristen Bell.
Yeah, the Wolverines need to get a pass, first and foremost. Their passers haven't been passing exceptional off of a serve. And Jace is doing everything she can to get a good set to her hitters, but you just need to pass the ball. That's a great pass.
Slide to Andrus. Dig from Mitchell. Adams over to Hagee. And Hagee gives the Lopes a 2-point lead. This is feeling a lot like set number 2 right now as Coach Atoa takes a timeout to talk things over. We'll take a break here on the WAC Digital Network. Can the Wolverines hang in there? We'll find out next.
Local Utah Sports app. Oh, wait, what? A local Utah Sports app? Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com. Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. The latest news, insider analysis, podcasts from the pros, and so much more. Free. Available right now, anywhere you are. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
Grand Canyon's on a 3-0 run. KJ Adams keeps it in, and Murillo hits it over. Jace into the back corner, diving in. A good effort there from Lifgren. Jace down the middle to Andrus. Murillo gets a piece of it. It's still alive for the Wolverines. Mitchell over to Murillo. Hard swing. Jardine's there. Play at the net. Popped up. Kristen hits it over. Critical juncture here in set number 3. Jardine tries to get under it. Can't do so. Now it's a 4-0 run by Grand Canyon. Side out percentage favoring the Lopes right now, 66% for Grand Canyon. Wolverines at 58.7%. Mitchell serving again. Bishop to Jasa, over to Kristen. Jenny Murillo is there. deflected by Andrus at the net. Adams to Haggy. Jardine over to the middle to Andrus. Diving in is Claire Mitchell. And then Murillo misfires. A fortunate break for the Wolverines.
Very fortunate, considering their Wolverines are hitting negative right now. So offensively, nothing's really working for them, and I think that stems from the serve-receive pass. But hitters have to adjust to hitting out of system. And right now, nothing's really working. So to have Grand Canyon kind of bail them out with their own hitting error is a great break for the Wolverines.
Abby Vincent and Tori Dorius come in for the Wolverines after the side out. Vincent will serve. Murillo down the middle. Jasa and Andrus get a piece of it. Jasa Funk Stratton up to 5 blocks for the Wolverines, along with those 17 assists, and they've clawed within 1. Vincent serving again. Murillo passing to Mitchell. Now back to Jenny Murillo. Looks to be deflected by Dorius, and it was. So Jenny Murillo gets the kill for Grand Canyon. Georgia Turi, a freshman out of Italy, on the service line for the Lopes. Wolverines' backs are against the wall here. Down 2. And they're down 2 sets to none. Oh, the service error could not come at a worse time for Grand Canyon.
Another break for the Wolverines. They really have to take advantage of what Grand Canyon's giving them.
4 service errors, none more costly than that. And into the first time tonight, number 1, Kaitlani Cedric, a freshman from Nampa, Idaho, pressure serve. Vincent with an overpass. Up play at the net. Kendra Knock battles hard for it. Miller. Vincent now over to Dorius. And the pass was a little too far. And now it's match point for Grand Canyon. Coach Otoa will take a timeout, and we'll do so as well here on the WAC Digital Network.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please, don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here-for-you to learn how to get the care you need.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go? Let's have some fun.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. Free. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
It's match point for Grand Canyon, 24-22. And they're going to have a good opportunity here as Jardine pops it over. Mitchell setting it up for Lithgren. Dig from Jardine. Keeps the Wolverines alive. And Tori Dorius with the kill.
She is not ready to be done.
6 kills for Tori Dorius. None more important than that one. Here's the replay. Nice pass there from Jasa all the way over to Tori Dorius. Jasa with 18 assists and those 5 blocks. Mitchell on the slide to Moss. Tanavasa keeps it in play. Back to Kasna over the block. Mitchell, oh, here's an opportunity. Jardine for Jasa. Kasna up high to tie. Great play there by Turi to keep it in. But the block, oh no. I thought the Wolverines had a block, but instead It's a Grand Canyon kill, and that will do it here in set number 3, 25-23. Hey, the Wolverines had ample opportunities to take a couple sets in the first of 2 meetings, Kaylee, but at the end of the day, Grand Canyon was sharper when it mattered most in those final 5, 6, 7 points of each set. Exactly. Wolverines were the first to 20, but ultimately Grand Canyon, they had a 4-0 run late. We saw that multiple times.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting here a little frustrated because competitively these teams battled all night. I think the frustration comes with just the inability for the Wolverines to finish at the very end. Grand Canyon did an excellent job offensively, defensively. Their setter looked great. Their serving was better. I just think if we looked at stats, it will be close, but Grand Canyon was just better in almost everything. Yeah, well,
when you talk about serve receive, which you did all throughout the match, 46 assists for Grand Canyon, which led to 47 kills. That was 11 more kills than Utah Valley, who had 36, and it was, not so coincidentally, 11 more assists than Utah Valley with 35. So it just felt like they were able to pass it better, which led to better offensive opportunities that they converted. So the hitting percentage was similar, but hard to have a negative hitting percentage there in the third set for the Wolverines at negative 47%.
Yeah, and to be as close as they were at the end and hit negative is impressive. But, I mean, if it were a 100% hitting error, we might have won that game. So.
Grand Canyon takes it 3-0. You see those kills there on the screen. Blocks are pretty equal. Jason Funk Stratton was, I think, phenomenal in that third set defensively. She led the Wolverines with 5 blocks, just not enough. And then Grand Canyon, side-out percentage, 6 percentage points better. These two teams will meet tomorrow at noon with myself and Kaylee Doxey on the call. And what we thought going into tonight was that these matches mattered in terms of seeding and an opportunity to have a bye. We find out in the middle of the match, Seattle will not be participating. So, I mean, you hate to lose, but in the grand scheme of things, these two teams are playing in the opening round of the WAC tournament, and there's nothing either team can do about it. So now it's really experience.
Yeah.
And I think, as a former player and coach, how important is it tomorrow maybe to right the ship for that third consecutive meeting in the conference tournament?
I think it's going to be important for the Wolverines to figure out a lineup that's going to match against the Lopes and to figure out personnel-wise who's going to be best against who, and figure out a game plan going into the WAC tournament. I mean, these guys are going to play 3 times in a row.
Yep.
Tomorrow being the second, the third being at the tournament. So it's going to give them experience how to beat them. Hopefully tomorrow they can figure it out and then carry that into the tournament, but we'll see.
For Kaylee Doxey, I'm Matt Biamonte, and thanks to our producer, Ben Schroeder. It's the Lopes who take the first of 2 meetings, 3-0. We'll be back tomorrow at noon here on the WAC Digital Network. Have a great night.